The fog over Magnolia's end hung low over the ruined plantation, and the crescent moon burned faintly through it like a warning. Julien Dubois and Celeste Moreau climbed out of the hidden chamber below, shaken but alive. The altar behind them was shattered, yet the order of the crescent moon still breathed somewhere in the house. Senator Claude Renaud was dead, and Vincent Devereaux had vanished into the dark with his followers, carrying the final sacrifice toward the end of the ritual. Julien kept his revolver ready as they crossed the courtyard. His scar ached with every step, and the talisman from Madame Zora felt heavy in his pocket. Beside him, Celeste moved with quiet urgency, her camera and stolen ledger safe under her cloak. The evidence they carried might destroy the order, if they survived long enough to use it. Julien knew they needed help, and there was only one man who knew these grounds well enough to lead them through the hidden tunnels. Tommy Russo was waiting near the Model T at the edge of the thicket. He tried to smile, but his eyes never stayed still. His trumpet case rested in the mud, forgotten. Julien studied him and felt suspicion rise before Tommy spoke a word. There was fear in him, but fear was not the same as innocence. They had barely reached him when masked figures emerged from the fog. Knives flashed silver in the moonlight. Julien fired once, but a shove from Tommy sent his shot wide. The attackers closed in fast, pinning Julien to the ground before he could draw again. Celeste swung her flashlight hard enough to stagger one man, but another struck her shoulder and drove her back into the undergrowth. Tommy froze, then broke apart under the weight of what he had done. He confessed in a shaking voice that Devereaux's men had taken his mother. They had promised to spare her only if he lured Julien and Celeste into the open. His betrayal was not brave, not cruel, but desperate in a way that made it more painful. Celeste wrenched free for a moment, grabbed her camera from the dirt, and fled into the trees before the order could catch her. She shouted that she would return with help, and her voice held more steel than grief. Julien watched her disappear into the fog and understood that she was now their only chance to expose the truth. Devereaux stepped forward at last, his voice cold beneath the mask. He told Julien that the final crescent required a sacrifice of power, and that Julien would be ideal. The cult dragged him back toward the plantation, through broken doors and rotting halls, while the moon watched from above like a witness that would not intervene. Even bound and outnumbered, Julien refused to surrender. Amélie's memory, the ruined altar, and the ledger hidden in Celeste's hands all became part of the same promise. The night was not over. Celeste was still free. Tommy's guilt had torn the trap open, and Julien still had the talisman, the key, and enough fury to break the ritual or die trying.